Hello everyone, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Burke and today's video is the top 10 strangest desert discoveries. That's right, we're taking a little bit of a dive into some of the driest and most inhospitable environments on the planet. Now on the surface, it may look like there's nothing really crazy to find there, just a whole lot of nothing, but you really couldn't be more wrong. You'll see exactly what I mean by the end of this video. And just really quickly, I want to share with all of you guys watching this that we are going to be having our first ever Most Amazing Meetup. It's finally happening after all this time. It's going to be at Dundas Square in Toronto, Canada, obviously, starting at 2 p.m. Bring your most amazing t-shirts and we will sign the first few that we see. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know a lot of you guys won't be able to make it to Toronto though. That's fine. Stay tuned because we will be announcing more places soon. Starting off at number 10 now, we have the Spider Rock Art. In 2013, archaeologists were shocked to discover what can only be described as a wall of ancient spider art in the desert. It's the only known example of its kind from the old world. Dating has put the age of this to around 4000 BC, that's over 6000 years ago. The drawings depict spiders, their webs, and even ensnared prey. Historians have struggled to learn more about the people who actually drew these and their strange obsession with spiders. Some believe it's part of an ancient totemic ritual to combine the spider with the power of the sun. Sounds kind of terrifying. Next up at number 9 now, we have the Sailing Stones. For many years, scientists were baffled by a mysterious phenomenon in Death Valley, one of the hottest deserts in the world. Heavy stones seem to be moving by themselves in the mud, leaving trails behind them. Sometimes they were straight, sometimes they were curvy, sometimes they just sharply changed direction. There were no footprints and no obvious ways that these stones were just moving across the desert floor. Theories sprouted up, including everything from magnetic fields to aliens or even the supernatural. Right now, the best scientific theory is that under certain winter conditions in Death Valley, enough ice and water can form to float the rocks across the muddy surface in a light breeze, leaving a trail of mud as they go. At number 8 now, we have the Band of Holes. In the Nabta Plateau in Peru lie about 6,000 man-made holes. They begin at the edge of a valley and run up a hill for about 1.5 kilometers. Each one is about 1 meter in diameter and 50 centimeters deep. Here's the thing, locals have no idea how they were made. Archaeologists have been studying them for over 80 years now, trying to figure out their origin and their purpose. It's thought they were made by the Inca Empire, but theories have ranged for their existence from graves to storage sites. Moving on to number 7 now, we have desert glass. When scientists tested a scarab jewel that belonged to Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun, they were surprised to find the glass inside came from before the earliest Egyptian civilization. So this begs the question, where exactly did that glass come from? Eventually they found it came from a thin sheet of glass sprinkled across a huge part of the Sahara Desert. They calculated that this glass could only have been made by a meteor impacting the atmosphere and creating a huge fireball, cooking the sand below with temperatures of up to 18,000 degrees Celsius or 32,500 degrees Fahrenheit. Next up at number 6 now, we have the oldest pot stash in the world. In 2008, archaeologists found almost 2 pounds of marijuana in a 2,700-year-old grave in China's Gobi Desert. That age makes it the oldest stash of cannabis ever discovered. What exactly was it doing there in that grave? Well, according to Dr. Ethan Russo, it could have been for pain control or to aid in mystic divination. The stash is now being stored in the Turpan Museum in China. Moving on to number 5 now, we have the Maree Man. In the late 1980s, someone flying over a remote part of the South Australian desert spotted an image below. A huge hunter, naked and armed with a stick. It could either be a woomera or a boomerang. The man is 2.6 miles tall and is actually still visible today. Experts know it must have been made in modern times as there was no record of its existence before, but it's an absolute mystery as to who designed this thing. Many people have come forward claiming that it was them, but nothing is known for sure. At number 4 now, we have the fairy circles. Deep in the Namibian desert lie millions of strange fairy circles. The circles are devoid of any life, but the edges are surrounded by knee-high grass. Nothing will grow in the middle, even when fertilized soil is added. The circles can reach up to 20 meters in diameter and seem to have been evenly spaced out. They never overlap. They also seem to have a lifespan of at least 75 years. Right right now the leading explanation for their existence is different termite colonies who don't want to encroach on each other's territory. Next up at number 3 spot now, we have the plains. Now what's one thing you don't expect to find buried in an old desert? Plains. During the 2003 coalition invasion of Iraq, the US military was surprised by the lack of enemy planes there. Intelligence reports had said that Saddam Hussein had them before the war, so where exactly were they? A few months into the war, someone noticed a tail fin sticking out of the sand near a military base. After some digging, they found 30 brand new Iraqi planes. For whatever reason, Saddam had thought he could just bury these million-dollar pieces of machinery in the sand and then just dig them up later. Didn't really go to plan. Coming at number 2 now, we have the Nabta Playa. Deep in the Sahara Desert, a Stone Age community built the Nabta Playa, a series of standing stones built 6,500 years ago. This makes them 1,000 years older than Stonehenge and the oldest astronomical alignment of its kind ever discovered. Some of the stones face in a north-south direction, others from east to west. This seems to tell archaeologists that it had some sort of astrological significance. Perhaps they were used to mark the summer solstice or the beginning of the rainy season, back when this desert received a lot more rain. Either way, the mysterious stones are so steeped in history that we may never know the full picture. And finally, number 1 now, we have the mysterious Oasis. In 2014, shepherds in the Tunisian desert were shocked to find a huge, beautiful blue lake where there definitely wasn't one before. Before long, locals were arriving to enjoy the oasis and cool off in the extreme heat. The thing is, people aren't really sure where that lake came from. Some people point the finger at seismic activity causing groundwater to rise to the surface. What's even stranger though is that the water started out clear and then turned blue, and then after a few days it was green and filled with algae. The Public Safety Office there issued a public warning that the lake is dangerous and unfit for swimming, but the mystery of its origin continues. You know what? I've never actually been to a desert before in my life. You know, like a real, true, no rain, no signs of life kind of desert. Have you guys though? It's an interesting experience, I think. Let me know if you have. I'm Danny Burke. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.